In 2024, nearly 40% of British households grew their own food. That's a 15% jump in just a decade. But this isn't just a trend, it feels more like a quiet revolution. One that's asking, what did we forget? And why are we remembering it now? Across the UK, something familiar is re-emerging. In gardens, balconies, and even window boxes, people are sowing seeds again. It's not just about getting by, it's about getting back. Back to flavor, back to self-reliance, back to something we lost for a while. Today, we're exploring the reasons why so many Brits are returning to the soil, from economic pressures to personal wellness, from sustainability to social inspiration. This is more than gardening, it's a shift. So what's behind this return to soil? Well, for many, it starts with something impossible to ignore, the rising cost of simply putting food on the table. Let's begin with what's hitting the hardest, the cost of living. Between 2022 and 2024, grocery prices in the UK rose by 10.1%. That's not just inflation, it's a squeeze on everyday life. Whether it's a loaf of bread, a pack of tomatoes, or even basic pantry staples, the numbers on the receipt keep climbing. And for millions of households, this isn't just frustrating, it's unmanageable. So what do people do when they feel squeezed from all sides? Some are turning back to an age-old solution, growing their own food. Even a modest vegetable patch can shave £500 or more off a household's annual food bill. That's not a small change, that's a winter energy bill. That's petrol for a month. That's peace of mind in a time when financial peace is hard to come by. But this movement isn't just about savings, it's also about stability. In the wake of Brexit, and especially during the 2021 supply chain disruptions, empty supermarket shelves became a reality. For the first time in decades, we saw how fragile the system really was. And suddenly, knowing where your food comes from, and knowing you can grow it yourself, felt less like a hobby and more like a kind of insurance. That uncertainty reawakened something deeply British, the old make do and mend mindset. But now it's evolved. It's not just about patching jeans or fixing toasters. It's about planting spinach, reclaiming the back garden, learning the rhythm of the seasons again. Make do and mend has quickly become make do and grow. And in these uncertain times, more and more people are finding that it makes perfect sense. But saving money is just the beginning, because once people start growing their own food, they often discover something unexpected. It's not just about what you spend less on, it's about what you gain in return. A deeper connection to what you eat, a healthier body, a lighter footprint, and a quieter mind. Now, let's explore why growing your own isn't just an economic choice, it's a lifestyle shift. Ask anyone who's grown their own tomato, they'll all tell you the same thing. It just tastes better. But that difference isn't only about flavor, it's emotional, it's psychological. It's the quiet satisfaction of knowing that what's on your plate came from your own hands, your time, your care. Homegrown food is often fresher, more nutritious, and free from unnecessary chemicals. When you grow it yourself, you know exactly what's gone into it, and what hasn't. You're not just eating food, you're eating trust. And it changes how we eat. Gardeners tend to eat more veg, waste less, and develop a real appreciation for what's in season. It slows things down. It brings rhythm and intention back to the way we eat, nudging us towards healthier, more grounded habits. But beyond the personal beliefs, growing food is one of the most climate-positive things you can do. Every lettuce grown at home? That's one less flown in from abroad. Every courgette you harvest? One less wrapped in plastic. Every windowsill herb pot? A gentle rebellion against a system that's become too far removed from nature. And that rebellion is growing. The UK's organic food market has surged, rising 12% year on year. People are hungry for cleaner, greener, more ethical food. And often, the most ethical food is the one you grow yourself. This isn't loud activism, it's practical climate change. And in a world full of noise and overwhelm, gardening offers something radical: control. A chance to step outside, breathe deeply, and say, this part, at least, is mine. And what's surprising? The quiet act is now being shared across cities, generations, and screens. Because while the seeds may be in the soil, the stories are growing online. Gardening has always been woven into the fabric of British life. From the Dig for Victory campaigns of wartime Britain to the gentle wisdom of Gardener's World on a Friday night, it's long been a quiet ritual, something we do not just to feed ourselves, but to stay grounded. But now it's evolving, not disappearing, just shifting into something new, community-powered, creativity-driven, and yes, digitally connected. Social media has transformed growing your own into a shared, visible, and often joyful experience. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram are bursting with tips for raised beds, balcony garden makeovers, seed-saving hacks, and even composting tutorials. The hashtag allotment life has racked up over 500,000 posts, each one a small window into a very personal journey. It's no longer about having acres of land, it's about using what you have and sharing the story behind it. On YouTube, numerous creators have made methods like no-dig gardening accessible to thousands, offering practical wisdom with a calm, confident voice that resonates with both beginners and seasoned growers. And this digital bloom is mirrored in real life. Allotment demand is soaring. Since 2020, waiting lists have grown by over 20%, with councils and communities scrambling to keep up. And perhaps most encouraging of all, young people are leading the way. In cities, students and young professionals are turning balconies, rooftops, and even windowsills into thriving ecosystems. It's not just about food, it's about expression, sustainability, and a sense of place. For many, it's a reconnection with something they never realized they were missing, a piece of cultural heritage rediscovered through a screen and nurtured in soil. So, to summarize, why are so many British people growing their food again? Because life got more expensive, but flavor became worth chasing. Because the world felt uncertain, and people wanted to take something back into their own hands. Because a seed in the ground became more than just food, it became a quiet form of hope. The movement isn't just about vegetables, it's about resilience, well-being, and reconnection with nature, with community, and with ourselves. And the best part? You don't need acres of land or a perfect plan. Just a windowsill, a few pots, a patch of soil, and a bit of curiosity. Also, very soon, we'll be taking a trip back in time to the gardens our grandparents once tended, and the fruit trees and vegetables that are slowly disappearing from memory. So stay tuned, because in our next video we're digging into 15 vegetables your grandparents grew that deserve a comeback. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share your own memories in the comments, because gardening isn't just about soil and seeds, it's about roots. Our roots. See you next time, here on Greens and Memories.